everyone. My name is Sperry. I'm CEO of Sperry Commercial Global Affiliates and Sperry Commercial and Sperry Equities. We have 65 offices throughout the country, manage over 10 million feet. And I've got with me as my co-host, Randy Redwitz, who is of the chairman of Redwitz and Company, now the largest mid-sized CPA firm here in Orange County. Okay. And together, we want to welcome Kimberly Jetton, who is now the executive director of the Orange Catholic Foundation, which, by the way, is who sponsors this series that we do on a monthly basis. So welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you. Thank you, Rand. Thank you, Randy. Pleasure to be with you.
Well, it's good to see you. In fact, just on a side, Randy and I had lunch with Kimberly about 2 weeks ago, and it was really an enjoyable lunch. We are very excited to welcome you as the new executive director for the Orange Catholic Foundation. We think you're going to do a terrific job. So I would just like to start out with letting our audience know where do you come from? And yes. I know it's the Diocese of Los Angeles, but give us a little bit of your history in this line of work and what you've done with the diocese.
Sure. So yes, actually, I am fairly new to Southern California. I've been in Southern California for just over 5 years. Previous to that, I actually worked in the Diocese of Denver and was with them for about 8 years, and as a development director for one of the Catholic high schools there. And then came out to the Diocese of Los Angeles, and I was the director of major and planned gifts for the Diocese of Los Angeles for 5 years. And while I was at the diocese up there, we worked very hard to get folks to understand how to do planned gifts to their wills, trusts, and estates, and also giving gifts of non-cash, different things like that. And we really came up with a signature program up there for our parishes, where we would do seminars for the parishioners, and we had financial advisors and legal advisors that would participate with us, and turned into a very good program up there, and just very thrilled to have that legacy in the Diocese of LA. But I am just absolutely delighted now to be down here in the Diocese of Orange, working for the Orange Catholic Foundation.
So just tell me quickly, what did you accomplish from like when you started there to when you just recently left? How much did you grow the fund through the wills and trust?
Yeah, we really had a lot of positive feedback and a lot of positive participation from the program. So we went from holding about 6 planned giving seminars a year out in the parishes to, I think our best year was 86. And, the Diocese of LA, the Archdiocese of LA reaches all the way up past Santa Barbara. So it was a large area that we covered. And we managed to get out to about 2,000 parishioners a year and talking to them about how they can support their parish, school, or ministry through their estate planning. And we went from about 6 million a year from the baseline year to last year, they were at 36 million for that year. So really raised over $100 million in those 5 years through bequests and new gift expectancies. So it was a tremendous ride. I had a great team. They're still there, and I just wish them all the best to continue that, because it was really an amazing program. And I'm looking to be able to duplicate some of that down here.
I know that one of the successful endeavors that the Diocese of Los Angeles undertook was that raising of a large endowment for support of its Catholic schools. And actually, when we originally thought about an endowment plan for Orange, we looked to that as a model and saw their success up there. And I know that you were attendant to that success over a period of time that you were there. Do you see a roadmap for that type of building of an endowment for schools here in Orange County? Now that you've been.
I do. We have just hired a new director, a senior director of development for schools at the foundation. And we also have some other staff that's working on that as well. And, you know, the need in our Catholic schools, particularly right now, is very great, as so many of our families are struggling with tuition, given, you know, what's going on with COVID. So we're looking to go to major donors and other philanthropists to see if we can get them to support the Catholic schools that we have here in the Diocese of Orange. And we'll be rolling out something very soon on our new funds, and really look forward to bringing that out to the parishioners. I think it's quite exciting. I know that we have some wonderful opportunities. I know the parishioners here are amazing and just wonderful supporters of all things with Catholic education, and our students are so deserving, and our teachers, particularly now, are just the most wonderful teachers you can ever ask for. And so all of that together just is a recipe for success, and we really hope to help bring much needed funds to those schools.
Yeah, I know and probably all our listeners know that the Business and Ethics Conference is a big fundraiser for the schools, but that's a once a year type of injection of support, and the endowments are so critical for the long-term success of the schools, to keep funding the schools and growing the schools over time.
Yeah, the conference is really for the day-to-day operations on an annual basis. So having you come in to really focus on the endowment and creating a real nice backstop for those schools that are going to need it in the years to come is pretty exciting.
Very, very exciting.
So you've been here, I think, about a month. Does that sound right? And here in
just under a month. 2 more days have been here a month. Yes.
All right. Well, you probably had an opportunity to some degree to assess the strengths of both your board and perhaps the people that work on your team. And if you could just elaborate a little bit on, for example, the new board that you have at the foundation, some of the people, and also on your team and their strengths. I think we'd all like to hear about that. And it sounds, from what I've read, it sounds like we've got a great team that's been put together both on the board and on your staff. So can you elaborate a little bit on
Yes,
this?
certainly. So we do have a fantastic new board. Tom Greely is our chairman, and you know, he's new to all of this, as am I, although to the foundation, although he's been working in cooperation for a long time with the diocese and helping with the schools and you know, the finance, I believe the finance council there. So he's got a wonderful background in working with the diocese as a whole, and brings a lot of experience and insight to us. And so I think he is just a phenomenal board chair, and I've enjoyed working with him so far. And we have 3 pastors that are also on the board, and we have some community leaders. We've got business owners, we've got an estate attorney, and all of them together are just going to be a phenomenal group. Of course, we're looking to expand a little bit more in that area, and we also need to look for folks to serve on some of our board committees. And so that's going to be exciting to be able to start building that moving forward over the next couple of years. But right now we've got a very strong team in place for our board, and I'm very excited about them. For our staff here, I have come in and met just the most wonderful group of people, and they are all excited and ready to kind of roll out some of the new things that we'll be doing here for the foundation. And I can't say enough good things about the team. They're very positive. I have great marketing team, fundraising staff, back office staff. Our finance director is amazing. And we're all just working together to be able to hopefully take the foundation to the next level.
You know, I go a long way back with Tom Greely, and he and I sat on the diocesan school board for many, many, many years together. And he is, and I've said this to him, so this is no embarrassment for him, but his background is to do demographic studies primarily, and he comes out with these big, thick books of information, which would put you to sleep in the first or second page. But when he gets up and talks about it, he is so engaging. It's such a transformation. So he has a real gift there. I just wanted to put that to you.
Absolutely. And you know, the foundations are only as strong as their board and their staff. And so, you know, coming in and having this blessing of these folks that are ready and willing to work for the betterment of all of us and our parishioners and those that are marginalized and in need in the diocese, it's just a real blessing.
You know, the COVID-19 obviously has impacted all of us dramatically in different ways, but it's certainly a challenge for you building a leadership team and interacting with the diocese individuals. So what have you done to sort of work around the restrictions that we've had under the COVID-19 virus, and how are you dealing with the day-to-day activities to move the OCF forward there?
Yeah. So our team, you know, certainly they have the option to work at home, work remotely, or to come into the office.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you most days everybody is here or out in the field meeting with donors. You know, in these first few months that we're all kind of working together, I think everyone enjoys the camaraderie. And even though we're all in our masks and doing our social distancing and, you know, spreading out quite a bit, it's been a real blessing to be able to somewhat come together in person to be able to work on all of this. And, you know, it's just so important, regardless of some of the other challenges that we have, that the team has decided that we're able to come together in this way. So I think it's critical for us to be working together on so much of our infrastructure that is changing quite a bit, putting together new policies and procedures based on our new kind of structure and working to do much more fundraising than we have in the past.
Okay.
And so we've been able to get the team together and we're really working together well. As far as meeting with the donors and those type of things, I'm finding that down in Orange County, we do have donors that are happy to meet, even with the social distancing in place. You know, we meet a lot outside and whatnot, but you know, I think that they like that face-to-face communication. They want to hear what's going on here, all the exciting things. And so we really have been able to connect with people personally.
Good.
Although we're doing our Wills and Trust Week, we have that that we just finished, and then we're doing our Spanish Wills and Trust Week in a couple of weeks, and all of that is going to be via Zoom. And so we certainly are taking, you know, certain precautions and considerations where necessary. But right now we're just super excited to be able to interface with our donors however they would like. And so that's what's really been exciting for us. And I think that, you know, hopefully soon we'll be able to do even more outreach in person.
Well, that's great. That's great. Great effort.
Exciting. So here we are in November. We're approaching 2021. I got just a little humor here. Daylight savings was last week, and you set your clocks back. We gain an hour, and I got an email from a friend of mine who said, we really should cancel that daylight savings time. Do we really need an extra hour of 2020? I'm like, no, you're right. So, but I know that the team has been planning for 2021, and I understand you have some great things in store. So maybe you can give us a little idea of what you do have in store for 2021 as far as events and things.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've put together our list, and the hard part about planning for 2021 is we just don't know what we're going to be able to implement. But if all goes well, we do have a series of fundraising campaigns, and then also some events that will take us down all through into next December. And so we will be doing some fun things for Catholic Schools Week, which is the last week in January. We plan to do our fund kickoff for our schools at that time, and really get people excited, hopefully, about being able to support our Catholic schools in new and exciting ways. We hopefully will be able to have our Conference of Business and Ethics again next year. We had to obviously postpone that, and I think that this year, or in 2021, if we aren't able to hold it in person again, I think that we will look at doing that virtually. But all of these things are to be determined. We have Our Lady of Lavang. Our Lady of Lavang shrine. That's the word I'm looking for, that we're going to be celebrating and opening and having a dedication ceremony next summer for. And that's very exciting. Our Vietnamese community here has been working very hard to put that shrine together, and it's coming along beautifully, and we're so excited to help be a part of that. So that will be a dedication. And then we are hopefully going to be having our first annual gala for the foundation, hopefully next fall. So we do have some things in the works. That just kind of all depends on the powers that be and how that all plays out. But I'm really hopeful that we can do our business and ethics conference this year and raise some much needed funds for the schools for sure.
Well, Randy, we may have to dust off our tuxes. That I don't know about you, but I haven't put one on this year. So have you?
No.
Oh, so, but a lot of exciting things in store. So that's terrific. And of course, Randy and I are co-sponsors, or hosts rather, of the Business and Ethics Conference. So I sure hope that that could be in person. It's so fun to see all the people and the energy in the room. And we do have some good speakers lined up, keynotes, and we have some great people that we're going to honor, both in the lifetime and just as our business and ethics honorees for Bishop's Award as well. So
true.
It's wonderful. I know Farmers and Merchant Bank is still going to be our main sponsor, and they're very hopeful too that we will have that event. So I really appreciate you getting on with us today, Kimberly, and talking. And I think that those out there watching this series are going to be excited to at least meet you via this Zoom call. And we're very excited to have you on board as our new executive director, and want to thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
Well, thank you very much, Ran and Randy, and we're certainly delighted that you both are on board again to co-chair for this next year. Hopefully this is going to be our best one yet.
I absolutely believe it.
Thank you, Kimberly.
All right. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Good luck to you there.
Thank you.
Good luck. Bye-bye.